You are watching the NHL Roundup. Welcome to the NHL Roundup. I'm Mike Jackman. And if you love hockey, you're going to love Saturday night because there was 12 games across the NHL, and we're going to start in Carolina, where I know one team is happy that October's over, and that is the Carolina Hurricanes. They have yet to win this year. They went 0-6-2 in October, so we're now in November, and they were looking for a fresh start at home against the Arizona Coyotes Saturday. Here we go. Carolina's looking for their first win, and the Coyotes are trying to stop from losing 5 in a row. And it's the Carolina Hurricanes to get on the board first. Elias Lindholm knocks the puck down in front, and then he beats Mike Smith on the rebound, 1-0 Carolina. Carolina's going to go up by 2 as it's following the bouncing puck in front of the net, and it's Elias Lindholm that does just that as he beats Mike Smith again for his second of the game to make it 2-0 Carolina. Second period of Cam Ward's study on this night. First save there off Michael Bacher, then the rebound save off Antoine Vermette to keep it at 2-0. Still in the second, Mike Smith gives it away at the point. He makes the original save, but there to pick up the rebound in Yuri Tolusti, and that makes it 3-0. That would be your final. Ward makes 25 saves, and the Hurricanes pick up their first win of the year. James Reimer would get the start in this one after Jonathan Bernier beat the Columbus Blue Jackets last night. At the other end, Corey Crawford's back for his first game in a couple weeks, coming off the disabled list. Reimer gets tested early. Jeremy Moore in a shot. Reimer can't hold on to it, and then he stops Brian Becko in front as well. 2 big saves for Reimer. After the Leafs made it 1-0, the Hawks have the answer on the power play. Brad Richards puts it short side on Reimer, and it's 1-1. Hawks power play second period. They get their first lead of the game. Brent Seabrook loads up from the point, and he beats Reimer through a screen, 2-1 Blackhawks. That lead doesn't last because of passes like this by Johnny Oduya. The only person he finds there is James Van Riemsdyk, who picks it off, then beats Corey Crawford. We're tied at 2. In the third, Oduya gets pressure behind the net, and he turns it over. Peter Holland's eventually going to put it home from the face-off circle. That makes it 3-2 for the Leafs. And the rest of the third period was stolen by James Reimer. Here he gets lucky, though, as Brad Richards hits the crossbar, goes back to the point to Seabrook, but another great regroup save by Reimer. Hawks keep the pressure. Here comes Taves. Big save there by Reimer, and then another left pad save there off Kane. Now with about 5 seconds left, and the goalie out. Last chance for the Blackhawks. This shot from the point, though, gets corralled by Reimer, and he hangs on. He makes 45 saves and gets the first star of this game. The Leafs win it 3-2. Bruins and Senators in the first period. Patrice Bergeron wins the draw. Brad Marchand, quick shot off. It finds its way through the legs of Robin Lehner and in. 1-0 Boston. Short-lived lead though. Mark Stone, half a minute later, finds a way to beat Tuukka Rask. We're tied at 1. Second period and a bad turnover by the Senators. A shot by Soderberg gets tipped in front by Louis Eriksson. Stopped there by Lehner, but no chance on the rebound, which Matt Fraser puts home for his first of the year. Big time for your first of the year because it's 2-1 now for the Bruins. Okay, so Matt Fraser gets 1, and all of a sudden he thinks he's Wayne Gretzky because here he comes again. Top shelf on Lehner, his second of the game and second of the year. 3-1 now for Boston. In the third, still 3-1 Boston, and they were full of surprise goal scorers in this one, including Dennis Seidenberg laying into the puck from the point. He beats Lehner, his first goal since December of 2013. Makes it 4-1 Boston. Ottawa's going to get one more here in the third as Alex Chiasson finds Mika Zibanejad, who outweights Tuukka Rask and puts it home to make it 4-2, but that's as close as they come. 4-2 Boston, your final. The Jets and Rangers from Madison Square Garden. This one was scoreless. Last minute of play in the first period, Chris Mueller has a great opportunity in front, but a right pad save there by Andrei Pavlik. Now Jets power play in the second, but a bad giveaway. 2-on-1 the other way. Kevin Hayes can't get his shot off. Michael Koska comes into the picture, and another big save there by Pavlik to keep it at 0-0 to the third. Now third period is still 0-0. Jets power play Bufflin from the point, but a big save there by Lundqvist. Watch where it hits him. Right off the head. That's what I call a heads-up save. In the overtime period, a lead pass here by Rick Nash to Martin St. Louis, but just like all game, Andre Pavlik says, access denied. We go to a shootout. The fourth round shooter for the Rangers, Martin St. Louis, quick glove there by Pavlik, which means if Evander Kane scores, this one's over, and he goes top cheese on Henrik Lundqvist. The Jets steal 2 points at Madison Square Garden with a 1-0 win. Devils and Blue Jackets from New Jersey. First period, a turnover. Brian Gibbons leads it the other way, and he feeds Jack Skilly. He's got the skill to beat Corey Schneider 1-0 for the Blue Jackets. Devils looking to tie as Zajac finds Adam Henrique in front of the net, but a big save there by Anton Forsberg to keep it at 1-0 Columbus. But the Devils do hit the board in the second on a power play as Michael Ryder finds a streaking Marek Zadlicki. Low blocker on Anton Forsberg ties the game at 1. But the Columbus Blue Jackets get that right back as Jack Johnson finds Nick Foligno going to the net. Nice tip past Corey Schneider, 2-1 for the Blue Jackets. After Adam Henrique tied this game up with under 10 minutes left, Adam Larsson from the point, he beats Anton Forsberg. That would be your game winner as the Devils beat the Blue Jackets Saturday night 3-2. Off to Sunrise, Florida for the Panthers and the Flyers. This shot from the point by Willie Mitchell makes its way through a screen, including Steve Mason, makes it 1-0 for the Panthers. Flyers come back. Claude Giroux finding Mike Garofalo in front of the net. Nice redirect, but an even better save by Roberto Luongo to keep it at 1-0. Second period, and the Flyers are still trying to break that goose egg, but Roberto Luongo is still not letting them do it. That blocker save there off Shen to still keep it at 1-0. Then it's Michael Raffle from the slot area. Another stick save there by Luongo. In the third, still 1-0 Panther, and it's time for some history. Aaron Ekblad, a shot from the point on the power play, beats Steve Mason, his first NHL career goal, and that makes it 2-0 for the Panthers. 10 seconds left, and the Flyers break the goose egg as Vinny Lecavalier is there to put the rebound home past Luongo, but it's a little bit too late. The Flyers fall to the Panthers 2-1 as Luongo makes 36 saves in the victory. We're going to the Igloo for the Penguins and the Sabres. The Sabres have gotten off to a disastrous start, and if you're a Sabres fan and think this is a game where it's going to be light at the end of the tunnel, you better not watch these highlights then. Enroth's going to make the first save, but there to poke home the rebound is Chris Kunitz to make it 1-0 for the Penguins 5 minutes in. In the second period with 8 minutes left to go, Blake Como is going to finish this off, beating Enroth high glove, makes it 2-0 for the Penguins. Now Penguins power play, and watch them move it around as Holmqvist gets it in front of the net from Chris Kunitz and he beats Enroth. That makes it 3-0 for the Penguins. Third period and another Penguins power play, and again they take advantage. Chris Letang from the point. Letang a shot, tipped in front by Kunitz, makes it 4-0, and 5-0 Penguins would be your final. Capitals in Tampa Bay from Tampa, and it's Lightning get on the board first. Brian Boyle throws it at the net, and it's tipped in front by Ryan Callahan through the legs of Braden Holtby. 6 minutes in, and it's 1-0 for the Lightning. Alex Ovechkin hasn't scored in 5 games. Maybe he will here, but he gets taken down, put home on the rebound though by Marcus Johansson. That ties the game at 1. Second period now, the Capitals are going to take the lead. Eric Fair in front of the net. He misses the net, but it goes right back to him at the side, and he puts it home. Ben Bishop says that's just not fair. 2-1 for the Capitals. The Lightning weren't done on this night, though. Nikita Kucherov finds Andre Palat at the side of the net. He says, thanks, Palat, for the pass. He beats Braden Holtby. We're tied at 2. And a couple minutes later, Eric Brewer shot from the point. Nikita Kucherov tips it in front past Braden Holtby. That makes it 3-2 for the Lightning. Still in the second, this one gets tied back up again on a Washington power play. Troy Brouwer, no chance for Ben Bishop. We're tied at 3. But in the third period, Lightning would gain the lead as Jason Garrison threw a traffic jam in front. Braden Holtby can't see it. That makes it 4-3 for the Lightning. Key save here by Ben Bishop on Nicholas Backstrom keeps it at 4-3, and that would be your final as the Lightning win on home ice 4-3 over the Capitals. Now we go to St. Louis for the Blues and the Avalanche. The Blues are looking for their 4th straight win and they get off to a good start as Vladimir Tereshchenko leans into this shot, beating Varlamov makes it 1-0 for St. Louis Blues. Second period, and Brian Elliott's doing all he can to keep it that way. Watch this save off Alex Tanguay, a diving stick save off Tanguay to keep it at 1-0 for the Blues. In the third period, the Blues are going to extend their lead. This shot gets tipped by Vladimir Tereshchenko in front of the net. His second of the game makes it 2-0 St. Louis. Now Avalanche power play trying to get back in it. Nathan MacKinnon is stopped. Ryan O'Reilly is not. That makes it 2-1. Still power play, and the Avalanche are going to tie it up thanks to this shot by Nathan MacKinnon. Leans into it. Roof job over Brian Elliott. This game's tied at 2, going to a shootout. In the shootout, second shooter up, Joachim Lindstrom. He finds a hole in Varlamov. More specific, the 5-hole. Makes it 1-0 in the shootout for the Blues. Final shooter for the Avalanche in the shootout is Ryan O'Reilly. He has to score to keep us alive. Brian Elliott says, better luck next time, my friend. The Blues win their 4th in a row in a shootout. We head to Minnesota for the Wild, and the Stars. The Wild look to get on the board first. This turnover almost leads to a goal. Mayor of Palmerville lets it go, but there's Kerry Luttinen with a big save to keep it at scoreless. And then back the other way, a 2-on-1. Alex Goligoski has the goalie fooled, but not the post, and it's still 0-0. In the second period, big chance for the Stars. Antoine Roussel gets sprung on a break, but Darcy Kemper shows his flexibility with a right pad save. And then a bad pass by Jordan Ben up the middle, right to Mikhail Granlund, who picks it off. He beats Kerry Luttinen, make it 1-0 for the Wild. After the Wild made it 2-0 only seconds later, Vernon Fiddler. He may be a fiddler, but he's a good scorer too. As he beats Darcy Kemper there, it's 2-1. But in the last minute of the second, the Wild go up by 2 again. Vanek rips it past Lettinen. His first of the year makes it 3-1 Wild. Third period, and Wild aren't done. Suter throws it at the net, and he finds Nino Niederreiter. I guess you can say he's finding Nino. And Niederreiter tips it past Lettinen, makes it 4-1. Not your final as the Wild beat the Stars. Off to Edmonton for the Oilers, and the Canucks, and the Oilers get on the board first as Taylor Hall finds Jordan Eberle. He does the rest past Ryan Miller, 1-0 for the Oilers. Canucks come right back though. That shot stopped by Scrivens, but it goes right in the slot area for Lucas Spezza. He beats Scrivens, and it's tied at 1. Canucks pressing with 3 minutes left. Dorsett gets stopped by Scrivens, but there to put home the rebound is Lyndon Vey, and the Canucks have a 2-1 lead. But a bad turnover, and David Perron puts it past Ryan Miller. We're tied at 2 going to the third. In the third period, the Canucks are shorthanded, but it doesn't matter because Ben Scrivens turns it over at the wall right to Derek Dorsett. He makes no mistake past Scrivens, makes it 3-2. A shorthanded goal, and Zach Cassian loves it from the box. Canucks win it 3-2.